Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be part one of my makeup inventory. There will be 5 parts in total, I believe. In this video, we will be covering everything base. So my makeup foundation, concealers, correctors, powders, and setting sprays. This shouldn't be that long of a video, but I do feel like I've made some good progress in a lot of these categories, and I'm excited to show you what my inventory is currently looking like as of January 2024. So if you're interested in seeing what these categories are looking like today, please keep watching. Okay guys, I'm so excited. We are kicking off part one of my makeup inventory with face primers, of course. I am down 3 in this category. I couldn't be happier. We were at 19 last year and we are at 16 now. I used up 1 full size and 2 like deluxe sample size primers. For this coming year, I have already planned to put this in a project. It's already half gone. So I feel like I should be able to pan this without any difficulty. And I think I'm also going to try and put this Garnier one in a project. These up here are the oldest primers from my collection. So I would like to give that top category some extra focus. This fit into a project though, so there were specific requirements for that project and this fit the bill. So this is going to be in a project, and this one, hopefully I can move both of them out this year and start working on or possibly finish another one. I did currently, well, at the time that I'm filming, this is in my project 10 uses. I'll probably post the update before I post this inventory video, but I did get a chance to get some use out of that one as well in the last couple months. But these 3 are basically brand new, and so is that one. And so is this one. Well, that one's been used a few times, but I would like to focus in on those oldest ones and moving them out of my collection soonish. Here are my BB and CC creams. This category went down by 1. Over the past year, I had 5. I used up an old BB cream from 1004 Laboratory, and that leaves me with 4. Nothing new came in. I think this Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer is going to be going in a project for this year, so hopefully this category will be going down by 1 more. This is very intimidating. I don't know when I will ever get to that. And both of these are summer shades, as far as I remember. I'm pretty sure this is too dark for me to wear any other time but the summer. So maybe they'll pop up into a summertime related project this year. But for now, I'd be happy if I could use this one up this year. Here are all of my liquid foundations. This category did go up from 18 to 19. Over the past year, I was sent this one from Lancome for review. I really like it, but I am really disappointed that I didn't use anything up. Over the past year, I did work quite a bit on this MAC foundation. I'm down to about here. I'm guessing I could have this finished off in less than 6 months. And I did work on this Youthful Wear foundation, which I've pretty much worked on every summer for every year. I feel like I'm always working on this, but it's a deeper shade for me, so the window to which I can pull it off is a narrow margin. A lot of these foundations are too dark for me. I must have been a lot tanner in my younger days, and I don't know what happened, but I just can't hold the tan like I used to. I would love to finish this off in 2024, but I'm also itching to work on this L'Oreal Infallible. And so for now, I think this is going to go in a project, but I definitely would like to get back to this, or maybe just keep it in the bathroom for a little bit and see if I can get some more use out of it. But for now, I don't have a project to put this in, but I do have a project that this one can go in. So this one I think is going to be the one I work on for now. But that could change. Everything is up for change at some point or another. But we went from 18 back up to 19 in this category. I don't count these little samples as far as my foundations. This is definitely too dark. This one looks like it's probably too yellow, but I will eventually mix them into some of these other foundations during the year. Okay, this is kind of part 2 of my foundations. These are all foundations that are either in a jar or stick form. Unfortunately, this category went up by 2. That is not good. I had 10 last year. I still have those same 10. And then I also had this stick foundation from Colored Rain and this cushion foundation from Heimish added into the mix. So this is a refill. I'm not counting it for the purposes of this inventory. I probably should. I don't know what to count it as. But yeah, I'm currently working on these 2 stick foundations at the time of me filming this in Project 10 Uses. It's been good to use them. I've had this Hourglass foundation for many years and haven't used it in a while. It's too deep of a shade for me other than the summer, but I got this extra light foundation to kind of mix and use together. There's definitely been a learning curve for me, but I am using that as my current foundation at this point in time. I would love to say one of these is going in a project to be panned this year, but as of this moment in time, I don't think I can actually say that. I have other plans using liquid foundation and other products. So hopefully one of these can work their way into a project to get panned this year. But for now, none of these are going to be in a project. But my category did go from 10 to 12. That doesn't feel very good. Okay, we are moving on to my concealer inventory. This is a little unusual. This doesn't usually happen, but I have 3 concealers out on loan to my mother. So you are looking at 27 of my concealers. I had 30 in my inventory last year, but I don't feel like I can say they're gone yet because my mom originally took like 6 or 7 concealers, and as she's been trying them out, if they don't work, she sends them back my way. So I have a feeling there's a chance some of them or all of them might be coming back to me at some point, but for now, she's testing them out. She had cataract removal surgery this past year, and she no longer needs to wear glasses, which she's worn glasses her entire life, my entire life. It's very weird to see my mom without glasses, but she doesn't need them anymore. And she is more aware of her under eyes than she ever was without the glasses kind of shielding them. And so when she expressed interest in makeup to conceal her under eyes, I was like, well, here, try mine and see if there's something that works for you, of course, because I have 30 concealers. So I gave her the entire bag, and she's already ruled all of these out as far as potential concealers, and therefore she's still testing out 3. But if she ever comes to me and says, this one really works for me, or these 2 really work for me, I want to keep them, I will take them out of my inventory, and I will give myself a point towards my low buy, of course. But for now, I don't feel like it's a done deal. So the 3 that are not pictured here are the, first of all, I have a Revlon concealer stick. It kind of looks like this, but it's by Revlon. A mini of the Bye Bye Under Eye from It Cosmetics, and a Makeup Mecca concealer, which looks a lot like this Maybelline one. And I will throw up a picture of what my last year's inventory looked like so you could see what they are. I mean, like I said, I think I still have them technically until further notice. But over this past year, I did not finish any of these concealers, but I did have a chance to work on some. I hit pan on this one. Actually, this recently. Is this a new pan? This might be a new pan from 2023. So I have some new pans. And then just in the last couple of weeks, I was playing around with some of these concealers because I'm kind of in limbo as far as project panning concealers. And I had a chance to try out this Marc Jacobs concealer for the first time. And I know it didn't get the best reviews, but I'm kind of loving it. I also had a chance to use this concealer stick from Dermalogica. I had a chance to use this Laura Mercier concealer. That might be it. And I have decided to put this LA Girl into Project 10 uses. So I am getting use out of my concealers. You guys know I am really hoping to get around to panning this in 2024. That is my Mascara Beauty, or now known as Saint Beauty. They call them highlighters, but it's a matte like concealer. So technically the number hasn't changed, but there's only 27 concealers pictured here. I couldn't wait for my mom to decide. I just had to film. I had to film. So we're going with 27 for now, but I think it's really 30. Okay, here are my color correctors. This might be the category that wins the award for most improved category ever. I can't believe how much progress I made. I had 7 color correctors last year, and I am down to 4. What you see here is 3. I used up 3 color correctors. I finished off my Pixie color corrector in Brightening Peach. I think that's what it's called. I finished off a correcting pen from Trish McAvoy, and I finally finished off my green color corrector from Physicians Formula. So those are the 3 I used up. I am 99.9% sure that my Catrice color corrector is out on loan to my mom, and she's testing it out. So like I said in the last section, I suspect it might be coming back to me at some point, but for now she has it. I will not count it as far as my inventory, but I'm also not going to give myself a point just yet. What I'm doing is making a list of the things that I think my mom has, and I'll keep it somewhere safe to remind myself that if I don't hear back from her about any of those products at some point, I will go ahead and give myself a point. I mean, I should just call her and ask, but I haven't done that yet. But yeah, what you see here are the 3 color correctors that I have in my home at this very moment. I'm currently working on this e.l.f. one. I started working on this last August in 6 by Santa, and I just want to finish it off. I've probably used close to half of it up. If you've seen my videos about this, you know this isn't a good color for me. It's too orange and it's a little too dark. These 2 are much better as far as color matches for me and my skin tone and what I need to correct. This is the Bobbi Brown, and this is the Becca. So I'm going to try and finish this one off, and then I'll probably switch to the Becca because it's the older of the 2. Hopefully that'll happen this year sometime. But yeah, we went from 7 to 3. Okay, we are moving on to my loose face powders. I've said this before, but some of these might be more like foundation powders. Others might be more like setting powders. I haven't really sorted those out, but these are all loose powders from my collection. I had 15 last year, and I am down to 14 this year. I have not bought any new ones. I just used one up. It was actually one of these e.l.f. foundation powders, but I had it in this packaging. I used up everything that was in it, and I dumped one of these in there. So, or was it something else I had in here? I can't remember, but whatever was in this packaging got used up, and I dumped one of these in there because I do like this big packaging, and I like the lid. I just kind of like to do that and then take the cap off, and that's a good amount of product. So, and most of the powder that was in here got used up in 2022. I just finished the tail end of it in 2023 to give so that it counted for this year's empty and not last year's. But I really haven't worked on these loose powders much at all this year, except for my Laura Mercier. I've had this in my Panner's Pan project for a couple months now, and I'm really enjoying that. I like to use this powder specifically to set my under eyes. And then just recently, I decided to put this powder from Givenchy. I was just corrected on how to say it. I called it the Prisma Libre, but my friend who's French says I think it's Prisma Libre. That sounds weird, but she says the E is silent. Libre? I don't know. I think I'm saying it worse now. But anyways, this is in my 54321 project pan, and I'm going to try and finish that this year as well. So I am happy to be working on 2 of these powders this year. I would like to get this number down. I'm glad that no new powders came into my life this year, but 14 is still way too many. So I'm going to keep working on these and try to get the numbers down. All right, we have another category that went down by 1. These are my depotted pressed powders. I had 3 last year and I am down to 2. The one that I used up was pretty much brand new, but it was a very small sized pan. I don't even remember what brand it was or where it came from, where I depotted it from, but I am very, very, very happy to not have it anymore. It was a good powder, but I have too many powders, and I'm happy this number went from 3 to 2. At some point, I might just combine these depotted powders with my pressed powder compacts inventory, but for now, I'll just leave this here. This is a powder that came from a Victoria's Secret compact. It is pretty light, and this is an old Physicians Formula compact. And yeah, for now, I don't have plans for either of these to be in a project this year. Maybe it'll end up somewhere at some point. I should put them in Project 10 uses or something. But for now, there's no plans for them to be in a project. We'll see. The year is still young. All right, and here are my pressed powder compacts. This number did go up by 1, not because a new pressed powder came into my life, but because it moved from a different category. One of these Laura Geller bronzers, I'm guessing this one, was previously in my bronzer inventory. And I took a closer look at it this past year and realized it's a foundation. It literally says foundation right on the packaging. Or maybe it's this one. I can't remember. Either way, they both say foundation right on the packaging. Just goes to show that no matter how long I own this makeup, I am still learning so much about it as I use it, and as my collection shrinks and I could focus in more on what I have left. None of these are currently being worked on in any projects, and for now I don't have plans to put any of these in a project, but I would love to get one of these 3 down here in a project this year. I was thinking, this is from Clean and Clear, and it's specifically designed for like oil control. It's old. I'm hoping that maybe I could put this in my Labor of Love It project this year and see if I could at least hit pan on it. But for now, I don't have plans for any of this in the immediate future. I'll be working on loose powders. So this number went from 18 to 19 this year, but again, not because I bought anything, just because one got moved from my bronzer inventory over to this inventory. Okay, this is going to be the last post for this portion of my makeup inventory, part 1. The next post will be the next video, hopefully coming out tomorrow, which starts off with bronzers, highlighters, and blush. These are all of my, these are all of my setting sprays. I had 9 last year. I have 9 this year. 2 went out and were used up. 2 came in. The 2 that came in are these 2 down here. This is possibly one of my biggest disappointments, worst buys ever. This is the Flower Beauty Jet Set Invisible Powder Spray. I was hoping that it would be a dupe for my all-time favorite setting powder, the Too Faced Peach Mist, and it is literally a powder spray. I don't know how they do it, but it's not what I was looking for. I also received the setting spray from Bella Jade. I really enjoy this spray on my face before I put on face masks. Since I'm using a face mask that's on the drier side right now. So I spray my face with this and then I apply my face mask, and that works really well. I'm also currently working on this Cover FX one. This is an illuminating setting spray. It is definitely illuminating. There's little speckles of sparkle in this spray. I don't mind it so much, but sometimes I feel like a little too glowy. I tend to save the Peach Mist for summertime. These are 2 brand new Urban Decay All-Nighter. They're not new as in I just got them. I've had them for years and years, but I've never used them. And then I have the Super Goop Resetting, the Color Pop, and the Milk Hydro. Oops. I love the Color Pop Pretty Fresh. These 2 are both kind of, I think they have oils in them. I think both of these setting sprays have oils in them, which is not what I'm looking for in a setting spray. When it said Hydro, I knew it was supposed to be like a moisturizing setting spray, but I didn't think it was literally filled with oil. I don't need to spray oils on my face after applying makeup. So I will get through that maybe in winter time, maybe this winter. But for now, I'm focused on using up this Cover FX, and I keep this one in the bathroom too for when I do my face masks. So we are still at 9 for setting sprays. All right, that is a wrap on part 1 of my makeup inventory. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will meet you back here tomorrow for part 2 of my makeup inventory. Bye.